Is there any realm of possibility where you'd let me go to Colombia, Costa Rica, or the Dominican Republic with just me and my friends?
Just go. Have you noticed that I don't care anymore?
Hey beautiful people, how you are doing today? It's your girl Destiny here and welcome to my channel. How you are doing? Hope you guys are doing great. So this video, it is a very interesting video and has gotten people talking. So this video is a video of a podcaster and his wife talking, and this podcaster went on to ask his wife that is there any chance that she will allow him to go to Costa Rica with his friends and all that. And the wife was like, yeah, just go do you. And the man was like, you know what, why are you allowing me to just have my way? And Uma like, haven't you noticed that I don't care anymore? And the man was like, yes, I noticed, and I don't like that. Normally before I used to hide my phones and all that, but now you're just like, no, chilling. Even when I'm looking at other girls on Instagram, you're like, yeah, go girl power and all that. And the woman was like, yeah, I don't care. This is a typical example of when a woman's fed up. Yeah. That's the definition of this. Anyway, guys, let's go check out this video and then we'll come back and talk more.
Is there any realm of possibility where you'd let me go to Colombia, Costa Rica, or the Dominican Republic with just me and my friends?
Just go. Have you noticed that I don't care anymore?
I actually have noticed that, and it's pissing me off. Why doesn't she care
That's why
anymore?
that's why you're trying to get a rise out of me.
Yeah, you don't care at all anymore.
I know, it's kind of boring, right?
I know.
Fight.
I used to like hide my phone. Now she comes over and it's just like girls thing on Instagram. And she's like, girl power, love it. That's what she'll say to me. She'll be like, well, you want something to eat, honey? She just doesn't care. So are you having an affair? That's the question.
No, I don't want to be bothered.
You're at that point of the relationship where you just don't even care at all either way.
No.
Indifference.
Don't care.
That's good.
But I love you.
I love you too.
So let me know what you think about this down in the comment section. Love to know what you think. This video has gotten a lot of people talking. Everybody's talking about this video, literally. People have so much to say, but let me know what you think about this dynamic with this couple. What are your thoughts? What was the first thing you think? And what do you think about this type of dynamic in marriage where women are in the marriage, like they're unbothered, they're so unbothered in the marriage, they don't care and do whatever you want to do and all that. And yet you're like, you know what, I still love you. I still want to be in this marriage, but I don't care. Just do you. Just do you, okay? Let me know what you think about this down in the comment section. Love to know your own take about this conversation. But let's go check out people's thoughts on this. And then I'll come back and share more of my thoughts and some personal story. I've been married for 11 years. I'm been together for almost 21 years. What I think about this. Like, this hits so close. Anyway, guys, let's go check it out. And then we'll come back and talk more.
Is there any realm of possibility where you'd let me go to Colombia, Costa Rica, or the Dominican Republic with just me and my friends?
Just go. Have you noticed that I don't care anymore?
I actually have noticed that, and it's pissing me off. Why doesn't she care
That's why
anymore?
that's why you're trying to get a rise out of me.
Yeah, you don't care at all anymore.
I know, it's kind of boring, right?
I know.
Fight.
I used to like hide my phone. Now she comes over and it's just like girl on Instagram, and she's like, girl power, love it.
So I saw this video on both TikTok and Twitter, and I started perusing the comment section, as I love to do. And I noticed that a lot of men in the comment section seem to think that this woman in the video was cheating because it's apparent that she has emotionally checked out. Now I know it's projection because statistically men are the ones who are most likely to leave a relationship only when they have something else lined up. But it really just speaks to what I said in a prior video about men underestimating the negative impact that they have on women's lives. What a lot of men are not understanding is that because we have all been raised in a patriarchal society, even though that is a buzzword to you, it's still true. It means that it is very rare to find a man that does not have misogynistic tendencies, even on a subconscious level. So if I'm in a relationship with a man where I'm having to beg, cry, ask, plead repeatedly for him to do a certain thing or for him to stop a certain behavior, the last thing I'm gonna want to do is to find someone else to do that exact same thing for. It's draining, it's irritating, and usually by the end of those relationships, you barely recognize yourself as a person. And while I'm not trying to invalidate men's experiences, their lack of understanding women when it comes to want to being alone and their unwillingness when it comes to being alone makes me think that men and women are not experiencing the same level of trauma in heterosexual relationships.
Yeah.
Because I'll tell you right now, I have been with my boyfriend for 6 years now, and I promise that if we were to ever, God forbid, break up, I would never date again. There was a point in my life where I was dating pretty regularly, and I would literally celebrate if I was not traumatized by the end of the date. Please trust this woman is not cheating. She, along with a lot of other women, are just done.
Is there any realm of possibility where you'd let me go to Colombia, Costa Rica, or the Dominican Republic with just me and my friends?
Just go. Have you noticed that I don't care anymore?
I actually have noticed that, and it's pissing me off. Why doesn't she care
That's why
anymore?
you're trying to get a rise out of.
Did you catch that? Men know exactly what they're doing. Why aren't you upset anymore? He's deliberately trying to upset you, and it pisses him off when you finally find your peace and you're no longer feeding into his back and forth games. See, what's happening is he does things to deliberately upset you, deliberately get you off your game. So he's talking about how he's sitting there staring at girls on Instagram, clapping, and she's like, yes, queen, go off. He's talking about going out with all his friends to the tourism spots of the world to deliberately upset her, because men think you're some sort of slot machine. I told you, a lot of these men are not dating and marrying for companionship. It is to be above somebody. It is to psychologically torture someone. They know what they're doing, and that's why you don't need to communicate with grown men. You don't need to break it down for them like they're toddlers. They are intentionally trying to upset you, trying to get a rise out of you, trying to make you miserable because they get off on it. This guy is a loser. And he, is conventionally attractive. He seems to have money going for him. He's got his podcast, but he's a loser. And the only way he can feel okay for a little while is by mentally torturing his wife. And she's letting him know the button is disconnected. And a lot of men in the comments are saying, oh, that's because she has somebody else on the side. He brings it up first and says, are you with somebody else? Sir, you're the one who brought up cheating. You're the one talking about going to all of these sex tourism hotspots. You're the one talking about looking at other girls online. You're the one talking about intentionally, deliberately trying to triangulate her with other women. Just like a little toddler begging for her attention, throwing a tantrum, kicking her shins. Mommy, look at me. And the funny thing is, you could have gotten all the attention you wanted with positive behavior. You could have gotten the same attention or more by taking her out to dinner, by buying her flowers, by caring about what she wanted out of the relationship, by trying to build a nice emotional connection with your spouse, by being there for her, by trying to deepen your connection. But this is why a lot of guys consistently go on Instagram and message girls, and they're talking to people right in front of your face. It's for this reaction. Okay? And that's why I tell you just to leave at the first red flag. You don't need to talk. You don't need to work through anything. You don't need God to restore anything. You need to stop being with someone who wants to disrespect you, because 9 times out of 10, it is for this reaction. Most men are attention whores. And that's why a lot of them have a line of female friends, a line of ex-girlfriends, a bunch of whoever lined up to talk to him. He's constantly texting other women. He's PMing, he's DMing, he's every Ming, because he's just got to get that sweet, sweet hit of attention from somewhere to validate his existence. A lot of men cannot emotionally regulate. They cannot self-soothe. And the woman is the tool they've been taught to use to regulate their emotions. And they say, well, I know I'm still okay if I'm desirable to this woman. Okay, I know I still have it going on. I might be in a down moment in my life. So instead of taking stock of his existence and saying, what can I be doing better in my career? How can I improve my life? What new skills should I be learning? Maybe I should explore my spirituality. He goes and sees if he can still get a girl. And that's how he self-soothes. Men like this are never going to change. He's upset that he can't get a reaction of his wife, but you don't see him saying, I'll change, I'll be better, I'm not going to do this anymore. He just keeps kicking and screaming and fighting against the need to change. And if you take this kind of man to therapy, he is experienced in manipulation and triangulation, so that's what he's going to do with you and the therapist. And it's a huge waste of your time. So go on about your business, okay? This kind of man will ruin your youth and destroy your children. Like and follow for more.
Notice that I don't care anymore.
I actually have noticed that, and it's pissing me off. Why doesn't she care
That's why
anymore?
that's why you're trying to get a rise out of me.
Yeah, you don't care at all anymore.
I know, it's kind of boring, right?
I know.
Fight.
I used to hide my phone. Now she comes over, and it's just like girl clapping on Instagram. And she's like, girl power, love it. That's what she'll say to me. She'll be like, you want something to eat, honey? She just doesn't care. So are you having an affair? That's the question.
No, I don't want to be bothered.
You're at that point of the relationship where you just don't even care at all either way.
No.
Indifference.
Don't care.
That's good.
I don't know who these people are, but isn't it interesting that her lack of care of what he's looking at on his phone, or if he cheats, however much sexual gratification he gets outside of the relationship, his first reaction is, are you having an affair? Are you having an affair? Isn't that funny? Isn't that funny? I feel like the more lust men participate in, the more fantasizing about other women, seeking sexual gratification outside of the relationship that they do, the more they think in their heads, she's cheating. She must be having an affair. Now, in this case, it's a little different because she is indifferent. And in my opinion, and many people said this in the comment section, the opposite of love is not hate. The opposite of love is indifference. It's indifference, because why would I care, right? That, to me, is worse than hate, in my opinion. That's my honest opinion. I feel like this woman, I don't know these people, and some people said this in the comment section, I feel like that woman is so done with men, does not care. I don't know why they're together. I mean, maybe they have a great relationship. I mean, he loves looking at other women online. Yeah, I'm sure they have a great relationship. But the point being, she's not even interested in what he's doing at all. She's also not interested in having any relationship with any man, allegedly, apparently, according to that little talk. And someone in the comments said, he did something, and now she's done. She is checked out. And in my honest opinion, that is what it reads. That is what it looks like. And I don't know if maybe one day she will find someone else. She'll leave. Probably not. Maybe she's just one of those women that has just given up. You know, he's saying in this interview or whatever, how she used to care, right? She used to want him to be faithful, committed, only have eyes for her. I think clearly something happened in that relationship where she has, to herself, she now believes probably what a lot of women believe. All men are the same. None of them will change. My husband in particular will never have eyes for only me. Will never be faithful and committed to me. Will never be loyal to me the way that I am loyal to him. And so she has just accepted it and doesn't feel like going through the work to leave or divorce or whatever. I don't know. These are all speculation. These are just my opinions. We're allowed to have opinions. These are what mine are. All that being said, and I say this to so many men all the time, like on social media specific, any woman that is going to be loyal, committed, and faithful to you is not going to want you seeking sexual gratification outside of the relationship. And if she is okay with you seeking sexual gratification outside of the relationship, lusting after other women online or in person, fantasizing about other women online or in person, fantasizing about teenagers, lusting after teenagers, what have you, and she's fine with that, you should be worried. Absolutely 100%. But again, that's just my opinion. That whole interview creeped me out, grossed me out. The way he's sitting there laughing, but worried, but being like, yeah, there's like asses clapping on my phone all the time, and she doesn't care anymore. Anymore, keywords, anymore. That woman has given up. She's given up caring. She's given up trying to have a man be faithful who has zero intention of being faithful. And women, ladies, if you're listening to this, I will tell you without a shadow of a doubt, there are men in this world. The way he said, I used to hide my phone, disgusting, repulsive behavior. There are men in this world who will recover, who will be faithful, and who will stop living in lust for you. But men like him, all they care about is hiding that side of themselves, hiding their addiction, and allowing their addiction to lust, dopamine dependency, what have you, will always be progressing and escalating. Being with a man like that is either the most exhausting thing in your life, or it will just kill the relationship to a point where you don't care anymore. And that's my 2 cents. I'm sure many people will disagree.
Please go down in the comment section and share your thoughts. Love to know your own take about this amazing conversation down in the comment section. But please, as always, keep it respectful. You're on this channel. We're allowed to disagree, but do it in a respectful way. So go ahead, feel free and share your thoughts. Love to know what you think, okay? I find this conversation very, very, very interesting. And I do agree with what most people said. The woman literally has checked out. But what a lot of people don't understand is that when a woman has have it up to here, and then it almost seems like, oh, maybe she's cheating and all that, but because she doesn't care. And this is where, when I have conversation and I talk to people, even with my husband, like, well, if it gets to that point where I don't care, you will beg. And most times when we as women get to that point where we don't care, these men start looking for, why don't we care? Oh, she's cheating. Another man is giving her attention. No, no. Especially women that have started. I'll give you guys a very little story about myself and my life. Some of you guys don't know. I've been married, and I have been married for 10 years, 11 years by August 10th. It will be 11 years. Yes, I got married on my birthday. Yeah, my birthday is on the 10th. Yeah. So, I've been with my husband almost 21 years. And there's this thing, myself and my husband, there's this thing in the beginning of the marriage. Like, even while we're dating, my husband knows I don't like staying in one place. I want to travel. Like, I would say literally, I work as hard as I do so that I can travel. I've always wanted to travel. I always wanted to see the world. That is what, like, that's one thing that my heart desire, my little, old, tiny little dreams. But because of the bad passport we have, obviously. But my husband knows this about me, and all the years we've been married, every year he keep promising me, we'll do it. We'll go on a trip together. We'll go on a trip together. We'll go on a trip together. He never ever made that time because there's work, there's work, there's work, there's work, there's work, there's work, there's work. And I remember last year I went on my first trip by myself. Didn't like, I just like, I'm booking this trip. And I actually did that because last year was our 10th year anniversary, and I was like, over it. And I remember almost like I was nagging about it. I was like, this thing you're doing, like, I'm just going to one day just pick up my bag and just go on trips all by myself. And coming for somebody that I've said this a couple of times, I was that woman that I was very clinging to my husband. I was very my husband, my man type of woman. And at that point in time, I was already in that journey where I was decentering men. So it was very easy for me at that point where I just pick up and I go, and my husband could not. I'm saying this, I know it's going to see this video. My husband could not comprehend the fact that I went on that trip all by myself. Coming from someone that I always wanted to do something with, I always wanted it to be the two of us going on the trip together. Me going ahead, booking the ticket, going on a trip all by myself. My husband could not believe it. And when I came back, it actually caused a little bit of rift where it was like, the word came, are you cheating? I feel like when men start seeing, especially when you're married and then you now want to go into that journey where you want to center yourself as a woman, prioritize yourself, prioritize your peace, know what your peace is, and don't let anything bother you. You just want to live life very intentionally for yourself, even though you're married, like you are the main character of your show, of your life. You're just really focusing on yourself. Sometimes it comes around like you are cheating because that treatment where they get where you're always man, you take away that power away from them. It makes them feel some type of way. I'm telling you, it makes them feel some type of way. But it takes a longer time for them to now realize that, you know what, over time, it's a build up of certain things, or maybe you're on your own journey and all that. I remember before now, my husband used to say that I was a clingy wife. Yes, I'm still a very clingy person. Like, if I love somebody, I will always want to be around you. I'm actually a very clingy person, but I've been on this self journey, and me being on this self journey, some people would say it came from, or maybe you had resentment towards yourself. But no, the self journey was when I almost died 2020, and then I just told myself, like, I need to stop living life this way and be very intentional about my life. And that was where my self-healing began. The first thing I did was that, why do I think the way I think? Why do I react the way I react? Why am I the person? And the first thing I realized to do was to seek therapy. And that actually just helped me to now start realizing who I am, what I am, my weakness, my strength, and all that. And that just really focused on where I just realized that, you know what, some of all these questions of, do I really want to be married? Do I really want to have a child? Those questions that I was asking, nothing was wrong with it. It was just me really questioning the reality, what society was dishing out to me. And then seeing women on social media doing that, it just validates my feeling and what I've been thinking all my life. So yes, one way why my marriage has worked and I feel like it has flourished and is doing well is the fact that I've centered myself. And it took my husband back a little bit for him to realize that as much as I love him, I'm the main character of my show. I'm going to put myself first. I'm going to be very intentional about my life. I'm going to make decisions that benefit me first than just we. and I'm not going to do that. And this woman's own, you could see probably it's coming from that place of you did something and I'm so unbothered. I'm going to focus on my peace, and it is what it is. And ladies, if you're married, focus on your peace, because the women I have in my society and in my culture are the type of women that we carry men in our head. It's always man, 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 man. And most times this woman end up most times these women in my society end up not even living life, not even living their purpose or what they really do enjoy doing. So yes, I find this conversation very, very interesting, and I want to know what you think down in the comment section. So go ahead and share your thoughts. Love to know what you think about this amazing conversation down in the comment section, but please keep it respectful as always, okay? Yeah, on this channel we're allowed to disagree, but we do it in a respectful way, please. Okay, so go ahead and share your thoughts. Share this video with somebody that you want to be part of the conversation, because that's what we do here. We have banging conversation. So go ahead and share this video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, smash the like button, because this helps YouTube to push out my content for more people to see, and that'll be you supporting this channel and this girl here. So go on and do that. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Deuces.